Hi everyone, this is lecture 40 of the 2026 mentorship program. And in this lecture, I will be doing a top-down analysis on the dollar index. And if you have been going through the lecture, you know that this have been a regular weekly lecture. Giving you guys a market breakdown on what I'm actually looking at in price and what is my perspective going in on every individual week. Then we give a day-to-day market analysis on my perspective on the Telegram community. That's when we discussed about what price is actually doing and what is going to be the main focus on every individual day throughout the week. So make sure you are in the Telegram group to have more advantage to the 2026 mentorship program and to every individual lectures. On the weekly time frame on the dollar index, I've been talking about the weekly order block on how price have been expecting it. I talked about the internal shift and how price created the weekly fair value gap. I told you guys that the overall target on the dollar index is that I'm anticipating higher prices, and my drawn liquidity is the buy side liquidity. So last week, I pointed out that price is currently at the weekly fair value gap, that depending on the daily time frame, once there's a support on the daily time frame anticipating higher prices, my drawn liquidity is going to be the previous week high, which you can see price took at the high, created an impulsive candle compared with how price have been trading, coming close to the buy side liquidity. So you can see the overall targets on the dollar index have been intact, and I've been talking about this for weeks. Imagine talking about the same buys from the retracements to the other block. I can say, looking at this price range, you can see I've been talking about the same buy for around, let's say, it have been around for 6 weeks plus. So I've been talking about the same buys for around 6 weeks. Telling you guys that I'm looking for a drawn liquidity to price running out the buy side liquidity. Now I've taken sales and I've taken buys within the price range that have been the help from the daily time frame. We have look at the daily time frame, look at the closest drawn liquidity on a day-to-day basis or on a weekly perspective. And I'm still staying with the idea because clearly we can see that the price is now close to the buy side liquidity. But that doesn't mean that we are looking at next week trading impulsively to run the buy side liquidity. We're still going to stick to the trade plan. Only take advantage of the setup when the daily is actually ready to expand higher. That have been the whole trade plan, following price to price traded to the high. Now imagine the amount of patience you need to have if you were to be trading a weekly expansion, the amount of patience you need to have to wait for the right timing to actually anticipate higher prices for price to run the buy side liquidity. So the one of the key advantages of being a professional trader is understanding that when it comes to a bias, you can have a bias for around months, mostly on a weekly time frame. You can have the same bias for months where you're just looking at price trading to the upside or trading to the downside on every given week or every given day. You're just looking at how you can take advantage of that trade idea. So you need to understand bias is very important. That was the reason I spent more time on the 2026 lecture talking about bias. I talk about entry a few times, but it's mainly focused on bias, how to have a higher time frame bias, and how to be patient enough to wait for price to present itself to you to take advantage of that bias. That have been the whole purpose and the key focus in the 2026 mentorship program. And for me to make it more easy for you guys to understand, that was the reason I had to reduce the currency to one currency, talking about only the dollar index, so that I can reduce the length of the video so that you can easily go through the video and understand what I'm actually driving at. On the daily time frame on the dollar index, now for those in the Telegram group, know that I talked about price trading to the buy side liquidity that have been our overall targets on a weekly perspective. That a weekly expansion in price trading higher to run the buy side liquidity is the draw on liquidity, and every individual day we are anticipating higher prices. So on Monday, price closes an upwards candle because Friday traded lower deep into the daily fair value gap, running out Monday's low. Now, this I'm talking about previous week low, previous Monday's low, took out the low, closed above the daily fair value gap on Monday, created an up close candle. Tuesday did a continuation on the trend. Wednesday took out the buy side liquidity. Thursday did a retracement. Now on Thursday, I pointed out that I'm still anticipating higher prices. I told you guys that I'm looking at price running out Wednesday's high, which was previous day high when I posted the screenshots in the Telegram community. So I posted the screenshots on anticipating higher prices to run Wednesday's high. On Friday, price took out Thursday's low, traded higher, and on Friday was NFP. It was the first week. So last week was the first week of the month. So we had NFP news, and NFP news did trade us explosively higher because we had a good NFP news that favored the dollar a lot. So that led to a very impulsive move, trading higher. Now, depending on the trading plan, I don't have a trading plan to catch moves like this when there's a high impact news. I just need to clear that out. Mostly, those high impact news do play in a sense of aligning with a weekly perspective. When there's a weekly perspective and there's a high impact news, and if that high impact news is going to be lead to a big impact in the price action, in most cases, it aligns itself with the weekly bias. Now, I'm not setting out to catch moves like that. So before the NFP news, I was already out of my position on Hero USD. After price took out the buy side liquidity, I was out of the position. I held two positions on Hero USD. First was a 1 hour entry, which I will point out the entries on Hero USD at the end of this video. So make sure you watch to the end. First was a 1 hour expansion trade. Second was a 15-minute entry, which I closed it as soon as price took out the buy side liquidity on the dollar index because on a weekly delivery where Monday traded higher, Tuesday traded higher, Wednesday trades higher, there's a likelihood of a retracement on Thursday back to the weekly range. So that was the reason that I closed the trade after seeing that Wednesday took out the buy side liquidity before the closing price. So on Friday was the NFP that did the expansion move trading higher. So going in this week, I'm still anticipating higher prices. I'll be looking at the continuation in this trend. My first draw on liquidity should be Friday's high, which will be previous week high compared to how price will be opening on Monday. Depending on how price will be opening, but the first draw on liquidity should be this high. Then you can look at a daily swing high, which I'll be pointing out. Here's a daily swing high. As your immediate draw on liquidity, this should be a short-term target if you were to be anticipating a confirmation, sticking to the 4 hour and the 1 hour trend if price will be trading higher to run the buy side liquidity. On the 1 hour time frame on the dollar index on Monday, now before the London section on Monday, price was already at the first 1 hour fair value gap after the shift in structure, after the internal shift before the London section. Price trading to the 1 hour fair value gap. I pointed out the 1 hour fair value gap on the Telegram group. I posted a screenshot on how I'm anticipating higher prices. That was actually when I took the first entry. and my stop was at the swing low. Now, this trade was taken on Hero USD, but my target was the buy side liquidity. That was the target on the trade. And how I managed the trade. Now, this was specifically answering the question on how I do manage my trade. Now, I use two ways in managing my trades. When I'm taking a weekly expansion trade, when I'm taking a setup with the idea of holding for the week to expand to a daily draw on liquidity, I normally take partials. So the first partials is when there's an expansion to a 3 hour trade. Once price trades to a 3 hour, depending on my entry level. Now it's depending on how far I'm actually looking at the target. If the trade is more than 3 hour, I take half of the position as soon as price trades to a 3 hour target. So Monday, price traded to a 3 hour target, so I took half of the position through my stop. For the remaining half, I trimmed my stop to break even, and I held it for the overall draw on liquidity. Now, I was supposed to be mentioning this trade management once I get to Hero USD, but for those that wouldn't be watching the video to that part, which I'm sure I've looked at the stocks on the YouTube channel, I know that a few traders mostly watch around 30% length of the video before actually moving out. As soon as I'm done talking about the dollar index, then normally don't watch through the other currency. So that was one of the reasons I talked about only the dollar index. So in that case, I will just talk about how I manage my trade from the dollar index. So it's two ways in managing my trade. Normally three step I do follow. First, once price trades to a 2 hour target, I move my stop to break even. Now I move all the position to break even. I normally take two position. If I were to be rating, let's say $1,000, I will be taking two positions where each risk on each position will be 500 and $500 at each position. The point is that first target will be set at a 3 hour target, while the second trade will be set at a full hour target to the daily draw on liquidity. So the first target, I move both stop to break even as soon as price trades to a 2 hour. Price trades to a 3 hour, the first position will be closed, and I will leave the rest position to the full target. So it's a three step. First, I move once price trades to a 2 hour, I move stop to break even. When price trades to a 3 hour, I close half of the position, and the third, I just wait for price to hit my TP. If I get stopped out, I already close the trade in profit. Based on my probability, based on my risk to reward, I always end up in profits doing those three plans. So you have to make sure you understand your trade probability before actually copying my own trade management. This was the first trade I took advantage of. On Tuesday, the retracement to the 1 hour fair value gap, I took another entry, which I'll point out the entry on Hero USD. But it was around the New York section on Tuesday that I took the second entry of anticipating higher prices. Now, that target was an early target. I'll get into more details on Hero USD. So let's just get to how price delivered to the buy side liquidity on the dollar index. So on Tuesday, did a retracement to the 1 hour fair value gap that price created on Monday. Did an internal shift, created another 1 hour fair value gap before the closing price. Wednesday opened at the 1 hour fair value gap, leading to a continuation in that trend and price delivering on Wednesday to the buy side liquidity. And every process was posted on the Telegram group on when I was actually taking advantage of those trades to the draw on liquidity. Price took out the buy side liquidity on Thursday, opened with a gap, trading lower. I talked about anticipating higher prices to run Wednesday high. You can see it was marked as a previous day high. NFP news traded higher, took out the buy side liquidity, or we can just call it the previous day high. Now you can do your own personal study on this. Look at how you would have taken advantage of the setup. Focus on how price delivered from on Monday to on Wednesday, and look at the Tuesday and Wednesday setup I talked about it on the 2025 mentorship program, which I've talked about that the 2026 is more about applying what was taught from the 2025. So let's move to Hero USD. I'm on the 1 hour time frame on Hero USD. Now I'm just moving straightly to the time frame I took advantage of the trades. So the first entry was from the 1 hour time frame. It was a 1 hour expansion trade, weekly expansion trade. My stop was at the swing high. My target was the sell side liquidity. This was the first trade I took advantage of. Now I closed the trade on Wednesday closing price, which was around 5 hour. This was actually when I took the trade off. Now I took a second entry from the 1 hour block. It was from the 15 minutes. I will move down to the 15 minutes. On the 15 minutes on Tuesday, price traded to the other block. Now I was looking at price shifting structure to the downside. So after price traded to the other block, did a retracement. Now this was around a 4 hour fair value gap. Took at the high. This was around the New York section. Price did the shift in structure, and here was my entry. It was at the 15-minute fair value gap. This was my second entry. And the target, I closed all the position on Wednesday after price took out the buy side liquidity. Now, in some cases, there's a lot of SMT when you're looking at Hero USD and the dollar index. Those are my past experience. Whenever price takes out a point of interest on the dollar index and fail to take out that point of interest on an opposite side, let's say a buy side, like this example, on Hero USD, price did not trade to the sell side liquidity on Wednesday, but on the dollar index, price took out the buy side liquidity. In most cases, you will see a deep retracement back into the weekly range. And looking at the weekly profile, Tuesday and Wednesday traded lower. There's a likelihood of Thursday leading to a retracement. And that was the reason I was looking at this 1 hour fair value gap for a counter trade. Which you can see clearly, you can see how price did a deep retracement back, moving to the break even. If I had held the trade, I would have been stopped out at the break even after closing half of the position. But it's still profitable either way. But I'm just pointing it out so you guys to understand why I took out the trade after the closing price on Wednesday. It's because of SMT. One, there was an SMT diversion that might lead to a retracement, which you can see it actually led to a retracement. But on Friday, NFP News did the impulsive move, trading lower. Now, I wasn't expecting this deep trading lower. I wasn't even expecting a trade trading to the sell side liquidity. I was more like looking at price consolidating to the closing price. Then next week, I'll be anticipating a continuation of that trend going. So for the sell side liquidity, I wasn't expecting a whole expansion trading lower. But that led to a lower prices and price traded completely trading, taking out the sell side liquidity. So that is it for this lecture. Make sure you do your own personal study on how you would have taken advantage of the trade setup, which I pointed out how I took advantage of the trade setup, sticking with the daily bias. You can see the whole trade idea was formed this daily fair value gap in trading lower. That was the whole trade idea on how I took advantage of the trade. And that is it for this lecture. See you guys in the next lecture.